So let's dissect this point between Dimitrov and Ruusuvuori. Now, this video is courtesy of Court Level Tennis on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe to their awesome channel. I've put their link in the description below. Now, when looking first at Dimitrov's serve, let's look at one thing in particular. Just look at this incredible pronation. So his strings prior to contact are facing off to the left, and then watch after contact. They don't just face to the right, which would be a full 180 degrees of rotation. Look how his racket actually faces, like this view right here, his strings face up. Unbelievable flexibility in the arm and the forearm and the wrist. And you'll notice, by the way, this technique, you can call it the Sampras elbow, you can call it the Becker elbow. If you look at Sampras, he had this big elbow bend. This is after contact with the elbow pointing up. This is actually something that I've started to do because I'm not super flexible. And to try to get more pop on the serve, I've actually added this little technique of bending the elbow after contact just to get more racket speed and more snap in the serve. So Ruusuvuori, let's actually look at Ruusuvuori's split step. The proper time to split step is to land just after your opponent hits the ball. So you'll actually notice Ruusuvuori takes off. So look at Ruusuvuori's feet. He takes off, there's contact, and then Ruusuvuori lands the split step after the ball is contacted. Let's actually see when he lands the split step. So boom, right there around 0.2 is basically what I recommend. Anywhere from 0.2 to 0.25 seconds is when you, after contact from your opponent, is when you want to land. That synchronizes your feet hitting the ground with when your brain reacts to the ball. So here he does something called split turn hit step. So watch, he splits and then he turns and then he hits and then the step with the left foot. Split, turn, hit, step. That's the proper sequencing on the return of serve, especially if the ball's coming in fast and you want to put power on it. So the best return you can hit, especially against a strong first serve, is deep down the middle. So when you're playing someone who's got a really good serve and you're contacting from way behind the baseline, try to get your return back to the middle deep, especially if your opponent lands inside the court, but they don't jump backward, because then you can kind of pin the ball at their feet. So let's look where he hits this return. Yeah, nice and deep down the middle, and it pushes Dimitrov back. Now, Dimitrov, you'll notice, is moving backward as he hits the ball. Contrary to what a very popular coach says, you're not always supposed to get your weight going forward into every single shot. All right? You're not supposed to. Sometimes you need to just embrace the fact that you're moving backward, and it helps you hit a better shot. What's more important than getting your weight going forward is actually body rotation. I'm not saying getting your body weight forward isn't important. What I am saying is if you can only choose one, choose body rotation. And here he's rotating his body in order to turn his hips and hit a good shot. So they exchanged some cross-court ground strokes here. Right here, this is an interesting shot. This low, chippy shot, short to the forehand. I think that's pretty interesting. I wonder if that's a shot he's working on against a particular player. I don't know. Maybe he was playing Nadal in the next round, and he won at the Aussie Open, and he wanted to just chip a low ball to the backhand. I have no idea. But it's a pretty interesting shot, and Ruusuvuori does not do much with it. This is just a practice point. You can see there's nobody in the crowd. This is not a real match. But right here is where Dimitrov gets in trouble. You have to be careful hitting down the line in singles. When you hit down the line, you must hurt your opponent, because if you don't, you're in major trouble. He hits the ball down the line, and he just hits this loopy ball. And you notice as soon as he does it, look at Ruusuvuori quick step in and take this ball on the rise. Now, a couple things happen when you hit the ball down the line. The first thing is you're out of position. So right now, Dimitrov is way out of position. If Ruusuvuori wanted to just absolutely blast the ball over here, he could. And he would just have to out-hit the direction that Dimitrov is moving. Dimitrov is trying to get over here, basically, by the time Ruusuvuori is hitting, right? Which he's not going to be able to. But you don't want to be on the same side of the court as your opponent, because you've got to bisect where they can hit the ball. So he can hit the ball there and there, so he wants to bisect. And that's why he really needs to be on the opposite side of the court. When he hits the ball down the line, he brings Ruusuvuori to his side, so he has a ways to go. So he starts retreating very quickly, and that's when you see, or I shouldn't say retreating, but recovering very quickly. And that's when you see Ruusuvuori use Dimitrov's speed against him, and the ball ends up going down the line, and Dimitrov says, yeah, nice shot. But here's an interesting thing that you can think of. If you're Ruusuvuori and your opponent hits a weak down the line ball and they're a slow runner, hit it into the open court and they will not be able to recover in time. But if your opponent hits a weak ball down the line and they need to get over here, right, to bisect where you can hit the ball, if they hit the ball down the line and they're a really fast runner, then it's a good idea actually to every now and then hit back down the line again. That's what you see. Dimitrov hits down the line. Here comes Dimitrov recovering to the middle, trying to get to here or even farther to bisect. And that's when Ruusuvuori hits behind him because he's got a fast opponent. So know the speed of your opponent and whether you should hit into the open court or hit behind them. Now, if you're tired of lugging around your old and outdated ball machine, then just make your tennis friends jealous and get the Proton ball machine by Hydrogen Sports. And right now you can get free shipping in the USA when you use my link. It's in the description. You'll find it in the first comment. You'll also see it on the screen at the end of this video. The Proton is fully programmable using its intuitive app. In fact, you control it using your smartphone or watch. It holds up to 100 balls and weighs less than 20 pounds. To see how truly amazing this ball machine is, and to get free shipping when you order one, be sure to use my link. So click right there to check out the Proton ball machine. With that link, you're given a coupon code for free shipping. Go out and film yourself playing singles matches. See how you can improve your game. If you do, there's no doubt you're going to gain confidence, win more matches, and play much better tennis. This is Ryan Reedy from 2MinuteTennis.net. You got this.